Throughout this presentation, we will be going over important information for seniors as they navigate their way through the college application process. The counseling department will be holding seminars and workshops throughout the year in their unit lunch classrooms. Students should be checking their emails daily for important announcements from the counseling department. At any time during unit lunch, a student can come in to the counseling classroom assigned to each specific counselor. We encourage you to visit our counseling website. Here is where you will find valuable information throughout the school year. Please be sure to check the counseling website for important college application information. It is important for students that your Naviance account is up and running and that you are using it as part of this college application process. As we continue through the seminar, you will see that there are important features that have to be completed through Naviance. Parents also have the ability to sign up for a Naviance account. We often send emails to students and parents through Naviance. You can see the links on our counseling website. Your Naviance student account is now accessible through the Google Waffle. Log into your school Google account, locate the icon, click on the icon, and you'll be directly logged into your Naviance account. Please refer to the 3 steps here to help you log in to your Naviance account. You may still log in to your Naviance account from the counseling link on our website. If you access your account from the school site link, click on Continue with Single Sign-On or enter your school Google account credentials.
The college application process may seem overwhelming. However, there are several steps that students can accomplish now in order to be organized with the process. At this point, students should have expressed interest in their colleges of choice by visiting the school, either in person or virtually, or getting in touch with admissions counselors. Students can also visit schools' websites to see what opportunities they are offering prospective students if in-person or virtual visits are not an option. Opportunities for individual virtual college visits are available at Parsippany Hills High School and will be explained in the next slide. Students should access our transcript release Google form, which must be completed and signed off by a parent or guardian. The response will then be sent to our counseling department secretaries, who will send transcripts electronically via Naviance. No transcripts will be sent to colleges if this step is not completed. In Naviance, students should also finalize their college list. We recommend sorting colleges into 3 categories: safe, possible, and dream, which will be explained later in this presentation. At this point, students should be reaching out to teachers who they would like to write a letter of recommendation on their behalf if this was not done prior to the summer break. We encourage students to ask teachers in person and allow at least 2 weeks for teachers to complete their letters of recommendation. Students will then request these teachers on their Naviance account. Most schools require students to supply them with an SAT or ACT score. If a student has obtained a test score in which they would like to have sent to their schools, they are able to do so through their College Board or ACT account. If the school is test optional, it is important that students are aware of any supplemental material they may ask for during the application process in place of the score. Most schools require a college essay, either directly through their application or from Common App. Students should continue to work on their essays and resume in the event an application asks for one. Once students have finalized their college lists and organized the process the way that best works for them, they can go ahead and complete their applications. If they are using the Common App for their schools, this may mean only completing one application for several schools. Some schools also may offer applying directly through their website. Parsippany Hills High School will be holding 4 in-person college fairs throughout the year. The following dates are on this slide. If weather permits, we would like to hold these college fairs out on the patio. If not, they will be located in the Media Center. We are continuing to offer students the opportunities to attend virtual college visits from several colleges and universities. Students must register for these virtual meetings through their Naviance account, which can be found in the Colleges tab under Research Colleges, then College Visits. Once registered, Students will have access to the meeting link supplied by the admissions counselor of that school. This is a great opportunity for students to still be able to learn about prospective schools, demonstrate interest, and connect with representatives, which can be helpful during the application process. These visits will be taking place Monday through Friday during the lunch break or at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. The senior class will be notified of these opportunities through the Class of 2022 Google Classroom. The picture you see on this slide is what students will see upon accessing the individual virtual college visits in their Naviance account. Students will click on Register Now to sign up for a space in the virtual meeting. Upon registering, they will be provided the meeting information such as the college, day, and time, link to join the meeting, and the meeting host. Students are expected to remain respectful, professional, and appropriate during these virtual visits. This is just a quick reminder to keep calm and apply to college. This process may seem scary and stressful to both students and parents, but the Parsippany Hills High School counselors are here to support our seniors every step of the way. College application process. Parsippany Hills High School uses Naviance exclusively to manage the college application process, meaning all supporting school documents needed for applications are sent electronically through Naviance. These documents include a student's transcript, teacher recommendations, counselor recommendations, the secondary school report, and Parsippany Hills school profile. It is important to make sure that a student's college list is accurate and finalized to ensure all the necessary documents get sent to the correct schools they are applying to.
The college search process that was completed was broken down into 3 academic categories: safe, possible, and dream. Now that we are in the college application process, it is important to apply to 2 schools in each of those categories. The college application process is broken down into 4 pieces. Number 1, the application. Number 2, the high school transcript. Number 3, sending test scores. Number 4, letters of recommendation. Each of these pieces will be explained later on in this presentation. It is very important that during the college application process that everyone stays organized. We suggest visiting each website and reading how to apply for undergraduate admissions for each of the colleges that you are applying to. You should look for types of applications that are accepted, deadlines, items required, letters of recommendation, essay topics, and financial aid information. It might even be a good idea to create a spreadsheet with all of this information. In order for documents to be requested and sent out through Naviance, the Common Application account needs to be matched with the Naviance student account. I encourage you all now to pause this presentation and watch this video on how to match your Common App account with your Naviance student account. It is important to check on the college admissions webpage which type of application they accept. There are 3 different applications to choose from: the Common Application, the Coalition Application, and the college's own application. Many colleges will accept more than one of these applications. It doesn't matter which one is used. Whichever one you feel comfortable using the most is the one that you should use.
Your official transcript includes a lot of important information that may be required on your college applications. This is the initial transcript that we sent to colleges and universities. You will find every course you have taken since freshman year and the courses you are currently taking as a senior. The grades present on your transcript are final grades, not your marking period grades. The transcript also includes your total number of credits, your official weighted GPA, class rank, and class size. The transcript release form is now a Google form that is available on the counseling website under College Application Information and in the Class of 2022 Google Classroom. This form must be completed by a parent or guardian, as it gives us permission to send the transcript to colleges, universities, scholarship organizations, athletic recruiters, and more. We will not send anything until this form is completed, even if you have requested your transcript on Naviance. Please stop the presentation to watch this short video that explains how to request your transcripts on Naviance. Your mid-year grades will be sent to all colleges and universities that you have applied to through the Common Application. However, if you did not use the Common Application to apply, then you must email Mrs. Dedayan with the request to send your mid-year grades. If you wish to send your first marking period grades, then you must also email Mrs. Dedayan with the request to do so. These grades will not be sent automatically. Please make sure to include the college or university name and contact information within your email.
Another important component of the college admissions process are SAT or ACT scores. It is important that students realize it is their responsibility to send official scores to each of their colleges. When you sign up for an SAT or ACT test, you can actually have scores sent for free. If you don't register at that point for the individual schools, you can log on to the SAT website or the ACT website and request that schools receive the scores. At that point, however, there will be a fee for each school you ask to have the scores sent to. Now, some schools are in fact test optional. Many colleges have adopted a test optional policy for the class of 2022 due to COVID, but again, it is up to the student to check that policy. Students may still send their scores even if a school is test optional, but again, that is up to the student to decide if that is the best course of action for each individual college. Dates for the fall 2021 SAT testing have been announced. They are August 28th, October 2nd, November 6th, and December 4th. Please visit the College Board website for further information regarding location and to register for a test. Some students prefer to take the ACT as a college test. Those dates have also been announced. They are September 11th, October 22nd, and December 11th. Again, please visit the ACT website for further information and to register for a test.
You will find that many colleges and universities have different recommendation requirements. Many require a counselor letter, while others do not. Many have a minimum and maximum number of letters to be submitted, while others do not. The important point is to check each school's unique requirements. While Naviance does offer this information, your best resource is always the college or university's admissions counselor. It's important to take some time to think about who would be the best person to ask. The goal is to ask someone that you have a positive relationship with. Aim for a person who can speak to your work ethic and your character. This could be a teacher whose class you really enjoyed and did well in, a longtime coach, or an employer. It may also benefit you to consider your future major. For example, a science and math teacher may be good choices for those who are applying to an engineering or medical science program. Make sure to give your recommenders plenty of time to write your letter. A good rule of thumb is the earlier the better, but no less than 2 weeks from the application deadline. A resume can be created using Naviance and can be a great resource for the people writing you letters. The same is true for the student brag sheet. Recommendations from Parsippany Hills faculty must be requested through Naviance. Recommenders outside of Parsippany Hills must be requested through the Common Application or sent directly to the college or university. It is important to approach a recommender with your request in a kind and professional manner. If possible, ask in person, but an email is okay too. Once they have agreed, you may send the request on Naviance. You will be able to include a personal note with your request, which may be a good opportunity to include deadline information or if the letter should address a specific school. Most importantly, remember to say thank you. You will be able to check the status of your letters on Naviance. Make sure to do so regularly. Please understand that teachers very often have multiple letters to write. A gentle reminder is okay, but please also be patient. When you see that the letter has been submitted, send that teacher another thank you note. The same is true for any other recommender you may have. Please stop the presentation to watch this video that explains how to request letters of recommendation on Naviance.
Any student looking to ask someone from outside Parsippany Hills for a letter of recommendation should request this individual on Common App under Other Recommenders. Students should not request Parsippany Hills teachers or counselors via this portal, as that is done on Naviance. This can be accessed under the Recommenders and FERPA tab on Common App. From there, students will select Invite Recommenders, then Invite Other Recommenders, then Other under Relationships. If the college or university is an e-doc school, meaning it is not part of the Common App, students should be able to request outside individuals directly through the college's application.
There are several different types of college admission. The first and most common is regular decision. This is not binding, and students have until May 1st to decide if they will accept a college offer. Early action also is not binding. Students do find out the decisions earlier, but they have to get their applications in earlier, typically from October to December. Early decision is a binding offer. If a student gets in, they must attend and withdraw all other applications from all other schools. Students might not know their financial aid information at the time of the decision, so they should be mindful of that particular point. Students can only apply early decision to one school. Some schools are also on rolling admissions. That means students can submit an application and find out all along the college admissions process timeline. A self-reported academic record, or SRAR, is a separate piece of the application process. This is when a student will be asked to self-report their high school grades as a part of their applications. Certain schools do not want an official transcript from Parsippany Hills High School until the end of the year after a student has decided they will be attending that school. A link to report your grades will be part of the application and be provided by the school. The student-reported academic record should be done as soon as possible in order for the application to be considered complete. To obtain an unofficial copy of a transcript, student must request a transcript through Naviance for that school, receive their unofficial copy of the transcript from the counseling department secretary, and then report their grades, their classes, their GPA, and class rank accurately. Students can contact their school counselor for further information or if they have questions on how to self-report their academic record.
Financial aid. We all know that college is very expensive. Therefore, supports such as FAFSA and the CSS profile are offered to assist families with the aid they may need. The free application for federal student aid, or FAFSA, is the application needed for a student to get any type of financial aid from the federal government to help pay for college. The FAFSA determines which student receives financial aid from the government and how much. The FAFSA for each year opens October 1st, and many colleges encourage families to complete the application as soon as possible. The College Scholarship Service Profile, or CSS for short, is another form which determines how much non-federal aid a student may need. While this form is often optional, some schools may require students to complete it with their application. This is not used in place of the FAFSA, but rather an additional application for non-federal aid. There are scholarships, both local and national, offered to the Parsippany Hills High School students. The scholarship process typically starts spring semester of senior year, with many of the scholarships offered on Naviance from local sponsors supporting Parsippany students. Seniors will be walked through the entire scholarship process prior to the start of the spring semester, but are also encouraged to use bigger platforms such as FastWeb for national scholarships. It is also helpful for students or families to ask college admissions counselors about their financial aid or visit the financial aid office if they are able to go on campus. Naviance Scholarship Search. Above is a screenshot from the Scholarship Search tab in Naviance. Most of the local scholarships offered by local sponsors of Parsippany, in addition to some national scholarships, are all uploaded onto Naviance as the year progresses. Again, the scholarship application process for most local scholarships typically do not begin until the spring semester, but students can continue to check the scholarship list in Naviance to see what is available throughout the year. Students are reminded of available scholarships through Naviance School, email, and the Senior Google Classroom.
Parsippany Hills High School offers students the opportunity to take the advanced placement exams. These exams are administered the first 2 weeks of May. Registration will take place from October 4th through October 15th, and students will receive an email with how to register and pay for these exams. If students are currently in an AP class, they should have received directions from their teacher on how to enroll in their AP classroom. If students are self-studying for an AP exam, please email Mrs. Barrett or Mr. Wooster for the AP classroom code. This year, College Board is charging a $40 late exam registration fee and a $40 cancellation fee. These fees will take effect after November 15th. The counseling department set up a Google Classroom for the class of 2022. Here, counselors will post important updates, resources, and information daily. Seniors have been sent an invitation to their email, but they must accept this invitation in order to become a member of the classroom. Parents are also welcome to be members of this classroom to receive this information. The classroom code and invite link are at the bottom of this slide. We encourage you all to follow us on social media. The counseling department has its own Instagram account where we post special announcements, events, and important information. Parsippany Hills High School can also be followed on Instagram and Twitter.
Any student that is interested in continuing athletics in college must pay attention to the important NCAA information. Please be sure to check these links. Thank you. Please be aware that the counselors are here and available to help throughout this entire college application process. Please reach out at any time and we will be sure to assist you. We look forward to working with you as you pursue your post-high school graduation plans.